Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and today we're going to be going over the 2019 Mazda Miata. For the 2019 model year, Mazda actually increased the power output on this particular car. We'll get into that momentarily, but as always, a big shout out and thank you to Southtown Mazda for providing us with the vehicle to review today. And then if you are stopping in for the first time, I would really appreciate it if you subscribed. Under the hood here of the 2019 Miata is a 2-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder. It's going to be good for 29 miles per gallon combined, 26 around town, 34 on the highway. That's with the 6-speed manual, which this particular car has. And then you are going to be good for now 181 horsepower and 151 pound-feet of torque. So that's actually up quite a bit on the horsepower side of things from the prior year. Finishing things up front, I absolutely love the design of this new Miata. They released this back for the 2016 model year, and when they did that redesign on the car, it just looks absolutely phenomenal. So on this particular Grand Touring Edition, you're gonna get the upgraded projector bulbs up front. You can get like an LED option for those, and then you have like little LED accent lights that are right down there. And then the front grille still kind of looks like it's smiling a little bit, but this new generation Miata definitely looks a little bit angrier than the past generation. But like I said, overall, I just think it looks a lot more aggressive and a lot more modern, and so I definitely do love this new design overall. This particular Miata is finished in what's called machine gray. I'm gonna try to catch it from the sunlight so you can see the color a little bit better. But this color's always looked really, really good. They've done different iterations of this color with the Miatas over the years, and it's definitely been a staple for this car in terms of how it looks aesthetically on the car. And then we can see the 17-inch alloy rims in the front and the back, and you actually get 205 millimeter size tires. They are performance tires, so it'll help this handle a little bit better. But the nice thing about the Miatas is, since the car is smaller and since the tires are actually smaller, then the running cost of switching tires and all that kind of stuff is going to be a lot less, especially if you drive this very spiritedly. Now I'm just coming around to the back and to the side so that you can get a side profile of the 2019 Miata, kind of see the proportions of it overall. I really love how it looks with the haunches in the rear, kind of from this like 3/4 angle. It just has a really good appearance overall. We're at the back of the Miata. This is the key fob that you get for the Mazda Miata. It's the same key fob that you get with all of the other Mazda models, so it's their upgraded key fob. It's got the lock and unlock, and then you have a trunk release function on it as well. Now, if we hold down that trunk release button, that will open up the trunk, and then we can head over back, open up the trunk fully right here. So just pop that up. You can see it's not a massive amount of trunk space, and you kind of give up a little bit of storage space to have this little bit, you know, more fun size tossable car, but it's actually a good amount for how small this car is. They have the floor mats back here, but you could put several bags back here. And then if you notice on the back, you've got Mazda's little shark fin for the radio, and I do love the taillights on the Miata, so those will illuminate at night, and I just like the design on them overall. I think they have just a really good, nice little clean design. And then if we pop down to the lower part, we can see the 2 exhaust tips that pop out right here, and it actually has a pretty good sound to it. I will throw in some exhaust clips like I always do right before we go into the drive portion so you can hear how it sounds. It's a very nice sound, especially for a 2-liter 4-cylinder. Now coming around to the side, you do have keyless entry, so one touch to lock it, and then you can press the button again to unlock it as well. And we can see the door panels right here. I love that they do the body painted inside of the car as well. It just gives it more contrast on the interior. You're going to get this nice red stitching down below with the leather bolsters. And then moving to the other part of the door, we can see all of the window controls here, and then you've got some carbon fiber looking trim. Those are for your mirror controls to do all of that. This particular one is the Grand Touring Edition. It does have manual adjustable seats. That is to save weight, since this is a very light car. These new Miatas only weigh in at around 2,400 pounds roughly, give or take a few pounds, right? But they do everything they can to save weight in these cars. Coming over here, we can see that's the button to turn off the lane departure assistance. You have your electronic stability control as well. You've got the hood latch down below, and then this does come with blind spot monitoring as well. So it's got some nice safety tech to keep you safe when you are going to be driving sporty, or, you know, if you use this as a car to commute with, which a lot of people actually do use these Miatas to do that. Now this is gonna be the fun part. Step in height is going to be low to the ground since this is a sports car, but it's actually not horrible to get in. The bolsters on the sides of the seats, like on the bottom part, aren't huge, and the door sill is pretty low, so it's actually relatively easy to get into the interior of the Miata. So since this Miata has a 6-speed manual, all I have to do is put the clutch in and push the push start, and it will start right up. The gauges will do a little bit of a sweep. Starting here on the steering wheel, you have your cruise control on the one side, and then you have your controls for the Bluetooth, the info on the screens right there, we'll go over in a minute, and then your phone commands as well, and then you can change the radio stations. And like I've said on all of the other Mazdas, I love the steering wheel design that Mazda did with their steering wheels. They're like the perfect size, they're really easy to grip, and they just look good overall. And then quick side note, sorry the sunlight's kind of glaring on this side of the screen, but you've got your RPMs front and center since this is a sports car. And then on the other side, you're gonna have your speed. And then this is kind of like your little digital screen that you can change different bits of information. So you can see like fuel economy, you can see service due, all that stuff. So it gives you basically all the information on the car. And like I said, again, sorry that it's hard to see just because of the sunlight, but I'm hoping the camera is capturing kind of how it goes through those different little screens over there. Now, before we go over the touchscreen, another random side note, so you've got like two circular vents right here that you can see, and then you've got kind of like a sort of like slatted vent right there, and then you've got another circular vent right there. So it's funny that they do 3 circular vents and then one that's kind of like square, rectangular-ish, whatever you want to call it. It's kind of funny that they do that. And again, sorry for the little bit of glare on the screen, but this is Mazda's touchscreen system. It's super, super quick response time. This is where you're gonna listen to your music, do your texting, calling, Bluetooth, everything through this screen. If it's equipped with navigation, you can do that, but it's a really good unit overall, and it has like a clean design with the interior. Coming down below, we've got all of our climate controls right here. It is a single zone climate. You don't need dual zone climate in a car like this. It's super compact, so it's not a necessity by any means. And then you have your heated seat controls down there, and then you've got some little charging stations down here. Now this is probably going to be the most important part of the review, and this is something I'm going to say. You know, if you can't drive a manual, go for the automatic, because these cars are still a blast to drive. But I'd recommend learning how to drive manual on the Miata because it makes it a lot more fun. But this gear shifter is super, super notchy. It's really short throws, and it's really easy to get it into gear. And so it's one of the most fun manual transmissions that's out there to drive, and it's super easy to drive actually, so it's not like a very advanced level to learn how to drive manual on this particular car. So these are the buttons that you can also control the touchscreen via, so they give you analog buttons and then touchscreen buttons as well, but this is the button if you want to go straight to navigation. That's the home button, and then you've got your music button, the dial to shift between the different menus, your volume control, the back button right over there, and then you do have a favorite button as well. And then something quickly is a lot of you will be relieved to see that they still have a traditional parking brake, and it has some nice red contrast stitching, but it looks nice overall. And for you that like to do those e-brake slides, you're gonna have a lot of fun that this still has that. Now this is the part of the video where we kind of go over all of the little storage compartments of the Miata, because they kind of have to be creative with creating storage in this car. So you've got a storage compartment right here. It's kind of like a mini center console. It's also where you can rest your arms, so it's nicely padded with leather. Sorry for the shadow just where the sun is right now, but you do get another storage compartment here. This is kind of what you're going to use as a glove box, so it's actually really deep and you can store quite a bit of stuff back there, but that's probably where you're going to be storing all of your papers and stuff that you normally put into the glove box. Now you're going to be wondering why I said that, you know, acting like you're gonna be using that instead of the glove box, and that's because the Miata doesn't come with a glove box. You have a little cup holder over here that you can actually move over to the other part of the cabin, but this doesn't come with a glove box, so there's no storage under here, and so they kind of have to make a glove box up, you know, wherever they can storage wise. And then finishing things up on these seats, I love how these seats on the Miata look. They just have a really, really nice look on them overall. They will hold you in place really well when you are going around corners, but just the design on them, they look really sporty, they look really cool, and they're actually really comfortable to sit in. So this is a car that if you can fit in the car, you're gonna be really comfortable in these seats. And then wrapping things up on the interior before we go over some functions on the soft top that this particular one has, I just love the leather padding that they have on the doors and the contrast stitching that kind of goes in a big circle all around the interior, and everything's kind of, you know, soft touch leather. It's just nice. So this definitely, even though this is supposed to be, you know, kind of just a fun roadster, you're not really supposed to care about the interior, it does have a nice interior overall. I'm going to show this on camera best I can. So to lower the soft top, all you have to do is pull this little thing forward, and then you pull that down, and then you literally can just all in one motion lower down the, oops, right there, lower down the soft top just into that area. And then when you do want to put the soft top back up, you just release that latch and then you just pull forward back over onto here, click it into place, and then the soft top is all back up, and then you can just roll the windows right back up to where they were if you want the windows closed again. So now that we have the top down, I'm just going to give you kind of like a view of the Miata with the top down so you can see how it looks. It has that traditional roadster look, and it has a really, really good look overall. And so if I was driving one of these, I'd probably always have the top down because it's more fun, but then on top of that, just the aesthetic of it, I just like how it looks. So now that we're done going over all the features on the Miata, let's take it out for a drive quickly just to see how this new 2019 Miata with the extra power boost drives. Focus a little bit more than I usually have to do when I'm doing these drive portions on the reviews, and that's because it's a manual transmission. It's not going to be hard by any means, but just going to have to focus a little bit more. And so far, I'm actually noticing the power difference already on the low end of things. It definitely feels a lot more powerful than the prior Miata, you know, the 2017 and the 2016 and the 2018 as well. We are going to take the Miata onto the interstate just to get a little bit of an acceleration with it, just to test out how powerful this actually feels compared to the prior Miata with, I think the old ones had like 155 horsepower. So like I said, it's a pretty good bump. We're getting our acceleration here just right now. Sounds really cool. So I'm not gonna get on it crazy. It's a new car, so I'm not gonna rev it all the way out. And I know that the Miatas will get a lot of their power at the very, very top of the RPM range, but I can already tell that this one is quite a bit quicker. Ride quality on the interstate is really smooth, actually, and it's not that loud in this cabin. I thought it was going to be a lot louder, but it's not nearly as loud as what I thought it would be. And in terms of handling, it handles really, really well. So I've taken around a couple turns while I've been doing this review, and just the steering feel is perfect. It goes right where you want it to go. And so this is one of those cars, it's one of the most fun cars that you can actually drive. I mean, especially for the price point that it's at, super, super fun. So the Miata's done very, very well over the years, and for good reason. It's a fun, lightweight roadster. Now you can get it with the RF, which is kind of like a retractable hardtop, and so it's even more practical than what it was prior. And so if you're on the market for a sports car and you don't want to spend a ton of money on maintenance costs and also just a ton of money on the car in general, then the Miata is a great way to go. It doesn't have a ton of power or anything like that, but it still is just so much fun to drive. And something on a quick side note is this car rev matches very, very well. So it's really, really easy to just heel toe rev match with this car. And so, like I said, definitely go for the manual transmission. And there we have it, everyone, the 2019 Mazda Miata. Thank you everyone so much for watching, and again, big shout out and thank you to Southtown Mazda for providing us with the vehicle to review today. And then if you are stopping in for the first time, as always, please subscribe, comment down below what you thought, and then I will see all of you in that next